Dried fruit creation. Processing fresh raisins, figs, dates, mangoes, prunes into delicious treats. Have you ever wondered how fresh, juicy fruits transform into the delicious, chewy dried fruits that are impossible to resist? Have you ever asked yourself whether these fruits grow this way naturally, or if they're transformed by human ingenuity? Welcome back to Agri Tale. In today's video, we are unraveling the mystery behind dried fruit production. From raisins to figs, dates to mangoes, and even prunes, you'll discover the secret behind their transformation. Without further ado, let's get started with dates. Dates are grown in tall palm trees in hot, arid regions like the Middle East and North Africa. The care for date palm trees begins long before the harvesting. One unique aspect of date cultivation is the manual pollination process. Date palms have separate male and female trees. Farmers harvest pollen from male flowers. This pollen is then stored and prepared for pollination. During the pollination season, farmers climb the female trees and manually apply the pollen to the flowers. This meticulous process ensures a high yield of quality dates. Other than this, the date harvesting process involves regular watering, soil management, and protection from pests. High-quality dates are generated through careful agricultural practices in regions such as Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Iran. As the dates begin to grow, farmers thin out the clusters. This means removing some of the developing fruits to allow the remaining ones to grow larger. To protect the dates from pests and the elements, the clusters are often bagged. These protective bags help ensure that the dates mature perfectly. When it's time to harvest, modern lifting machines make the job easier and safer. These machines lift workers up to the top of the tall palm trees, where they hand-pick the ripe dates. This method combines traditional hand-picking with modern technology, ensuring that the dates are harvested at their peak ripeness without damage. The dates are sorted meticulously into different categories. Workers inspect each date to ensure it meets quality standards. They look for size, color, and overall condition, separating the premium dates from those that might have minor imperfections. After the quality check, the dates are washed thoroughly to remove any dirt or debris. The dates are typically passed through washing machines that gently clean their surfaces. Following the wash, the dates need to dry. Once the dates are dried, they are ready for the final stages. High-quality dried dates are carefully packaged to preserve their freshness and flavor. Workers place the dates into protective packaging to extend their shelf life. Labels are then applied to indicate the type, grade, and origin of the dates. Finally, the packaged dates are prepared for shipment. They are boxed and loaded onto trucks or containers, ready to be distributed to markets and stores worldwide. Date rolls. These dates are not just ready to be enjoyed as they are. They can also be processed into delicious date rolls. Date rolls are made by blending dates with nuts and other ingredients, forming them into a tasty, bite-sized treat. Mangoes. First up, fresh mangoes are picked from the trees. Only the ripest and juiciest ones make the cut. These are carefully selected to ensure the best flavor and texture. Farmers look for mangoes that have vibrant colors and a good quality. When mangoes arrive in the factory, they are thoroughly washed to remove any dirt, pesticides, or residues from the orchard. After a good wash, the mangoes are peeled to reveal the vibrant orange flesh inside. The peeled mangoes are then sliced into thin, even pieces. This helps them dry evenly and quickly. Slicing can be done manually or with slicers that create uniform pieces, which is important for consistent drying. The mango slices are spread out on large trays and placed in a dehydrator. The warm air circulates around the tray, slowly removing moisture from the mango slices. This process can take several hours, ensuring the mangoes retain their natural sweetness. The temperature and time need to be just right to avoid over-drying or under-drying, which can affect the taste and texture. Once dried, the mango slices are checked for quality. They need to be perfectly chewy and not too dry. After passing the quality check, the slices are packed into airtight bags. The packaging is crucial to keep the slices fresh and prevent them from absorbing moisture from the air. Prunes. Prunes start as fresh plums. Plum trees are cultivated in the farms that produce plums. They are picked at their peak ripeness to ensure maximum sweetness. Only the best plums are chosen for drying. Farmers select plums that are fully ripe, as these will turn into the sweetest and juiciest prunes. Workers pick plums by hand, or in some areas, they are harvested through machines. Then plums are sent to the factory for processing. At the factory, plums are given a good wash to clean off any dirt. This is usually done with a high-pressure water spray. After that, plums are placed on trays and moved into large dehydrating ovens. The process can take up to 24 hours. The goal is to remove enough moisture to preserve them, but keep them soft and chewy. After drying, the prunes go through a quality check to make sure they have the right texture and sweetness. They are then packed into bags or containers so that the prunes stay fresh. Raisins. Let's kick things off with raisins. These juicy clusters start their journey in the vineyard, where seedless grapes are grown specifically for making raisins. For this purpose, the grapevines are not pruned, allowing them to produce more fruit. At peak ripeness, the grapes are harvested carefully and manually to ensure the highest quality. Early in the morning, workers spread out across the vineyard, armed with sharp shears and baskets. Each worker delicately snips the grape clusters from the vine, taking care not to damage the fruit. As the baskets fill up, they are quickly transported to the drying area to maintain the freshness of the grapes. Grapes are thoroughly washed before drying to remove any dirt or debris. The grapes are then laid out on large sheets to dry. Over time, they lose their moisture and shrink down into raisins. Once dried, the raisins are taken to the factory where the fruit is separated from the stems. The trays of dried grapes are poured onto conveyor belts, which carry them through a series of mechanical shakers and rollers. These machines gently but effectively remove the stems, leaving behind only the raisins. Raisins are rinsed thoroughly with clean water to remove any remaining dirt, debris, or remnants of the drying process. After washing, the raisins go through the drying process again to remove any moisture. After that, the raisins undergo a manual quality check. Workers meticulously inspect them to ensure they meet high standards. Finally, the raisins are carefully packed, ready to be enjoyed as the perfect snack for your trail mix or cereal. Figs. Now let's move on to figs. These little powerhouses start their journey on picturesque hills where fig trees are grown. Once they are perfectly ripe, they are hand-picked to ensure only the best make it. After that, figs are transported to the place where they are completely dry. Then figs undergo raw material acceptance and quality control check. Here, workers inspect the figs to ensure they meet the required standards, looking for any defects or signs of spoilage. Next, the figs go through fumigation to eliminate any pests and ensure they are safe for consumption. The figs then undergo their first aflatoxin checking and raw material screening to detect and remove any harmful substances. Aflatoxins are toxic compounds produced by certain molds, and this screening process is crucial for food safety. After this, the figs are thoroughly washed to remove any dirt or debris. They are passed through washing machines that gently clean their surfaces. Following the wash, the figs are meticulously selected and sorted based on size and quality. Workers carefully examine each fig, ensuring that only those meeting the high standards proceed to the drying stage. The figs are laid out on large trays and moved to specialized drying chambers. In these chambers, controlled heat and airflow work their magic. Over several hours, the figs gradually lose their moisture, transforming into the chewy treats we love. Once dried, the figs are carefully packed. They are placed in protective packaging, often vacuum sealed or in airtight containers, ready to hit the shelves and be enjoyed by consumers. Fig Delights. Figs are first blended by grinders to form a uniform paste. Once the paste is prepared, natural binding agents such as fruit purees or small amounts of honey are added to help the mixture stick together. The mixture is then transferred to molds. After molding, the fig bites are allowed to set and firm up to ensure they maintain their shape. The molds are designed to create uniform pieces, which are then cut into bite-sized fig delights using a machine cutting process. This ensures consistency in size and makes the Fig Delights easy to package and consume. Finally, the Fig Delights are packaged in airtight containers and resealable bags to preserve their freshness and flavor. These packages are labeled and transported to distribution centers, ready to be enjoyed as a wholesome and delicious snack. And here we end our dry fruit story. Whether it's the chewy sweetness of figs, the caramel richness of dates, the classic taste of raisins, or the unique flavor of mangoes, each has its own special story. If you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look, don't forget to hit that like button. Leave a comment with your favorite dried fruits, and subscribe to Agri Tale for more fascinating food production stories. Check out our other videos to continue exploring the amazing world of food. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Until then, keep watching Agri Tale.